What's going on, YouTube? And welcome to Lords of the Long Box. Dare I say, happy new comic book day to you and yours. The day has finally come, and I went to my LCS today, and I spent a god-awful amount of money, and I don't even know what, just to support my LCS. Welcome to Lords of the Long Box. We got a couple of long-term spec lists and a scoop I got to drop down. And more importantly, at the end of the show, we're going to do our giveaway drawing for the 4,000 subs. We're close to 4,200 now, so you know what that means, boys and girls. It's going to get dope.
Bust it. Shake and make it, pull it back.
Oh my God.
Somebody show that weapon. Hold on and get some, boys.
That is why they gonna be.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Shake and make it, pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Hold on and get some, boys.
What the heck is the deal? I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?
Like a spider monkey.
What up, everybody? People always ask me, why is the intro so long, TiVo? And I was like, you know what? It's time. It gives you time to congregate into the live chat. You know what I mean? So, speaking of which, before I get started, I'm gonna drop the link. That is the video where you need to enter for the 4,000 subs giveaway. I highly suggest you go into that video, like it, make sure you're subscribed, leave a hashtag of LOTLB4000. That's a hashtag of LOTLB4000 in that other video I just posted. And I posted in here. We will do a random comment picker 4 times, I think. And I think Ryan's going to have some goodies for you.
I
too,
am.
so
I'm
you
going to
never
do a little
know.
surprise mystery box for someone.
There you go. So grand prize winner will get a figure from the Geeky Swag Shop worth up. You know what? Let me just break it down right quick. Say what's up to Dark Side Jedi, everybody.
Hey, everybody say what's up to me.
What's up? How you doing, Jack?
Threw you
Jack,
off on that one.
what's
Huh? Otto.
What
Everybody
is
say what's
up,
up to
every-
Otto.
What's up? No, I'm happy to be here, man. You guys don't say what's up to me. I'm just going along with the flow. Anthony Debo, good for you for picking up that book. I like that comment right there. So let's rock and roll tonight, fellas. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Anybody else think Otto's audio is a little down?
What's up, Manuel?
Yeah.
Or Manuel, sorry. Man, not Manuel. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That was a
Anyway, this
butcher
show
of
is
that name.
sponsored by our friends at the rocketcomics.com. They are going to be giving away 2 slabs for the grand prize winner. Make sure you check out our friends at Rocket Comics. Tell them the Lords of the Long Box sent you and get 15% or 20% off any of your pressing needs for your first order. It could be 5 books, 20 books, 100 books. You'll get 20% off. They're doing a Jim Lee private signing coming up, so that's exciting. Also brought to you by our friends at KRSComics.com. KRS Comics will be throwing in a book as well. It's the Hellions #1 Mike Mayhew variant in a 9.8. These are the goodies you're going to get. The 2 on the sides are from our friends at Rocket Comics. The one in the middle is from our friends at the KRS Comics. So you're going to get one of those bad boys for second place. First place is going to get the 2 on the sides, plus you get to pick a figure from the Geeky Swag Shop
Oh,
worth up to
Nice.
$200 value. So the winner is going to get 2 slabs, some of this, and some of that, and this. You're going to get a rye number 09.8 signed by Bob Layton. This is from my friend, the Big To Do. So we got all kinds of goodies, man.
And you're going to get a rye and mystery box.
That's right. Ryan's going to throw in a mystery box, and man, that's a lot of
nice.
stuff. So
Just a
before
little-
we get to it, boys and girls, we got a little bit of something extra for you. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. With or without the glare. Hey man, I was doing. Oh, I got it. I think James is asking about the video about the non-glare. But anyway, 83 of you watching as has been stalling here. So I got a little extra for you guys today. So before we get to the long-term spec list, I'm going to talk my friend Mikey Sutton, who dropped in the first yesterday in the live chat. We're now dropping scoops in the live chat, boys.
The first
and girls.
ever
So,
live chat scoop.
yeah.
my God.
So I'm going to read this. This is Mikey broke it down yesterday, and he didn't give us any details. So I'm going to read verbatim what Mikey gave to me as a script. But if you didn't know, Feige wants to put Moon Knight in the Avengers. So you know what that deserves?
Ladies and gentlemen, could I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
Oh, yeah. This is a Mikey Sutton scoop, and this is what Mikey is saying. I'm reading this verbatim, his prose, because he's a writer professionally, so he likes to write. So a Mikey Sutton scoop. He is insane. Often compared to Batman, Moon Knight is no man in black. Rather, he is a menacing figure in silver, a ghostly cloaked hero who also stalks the midnight hours. Haunted by multiple personality disorder, Moon Knight deals with the psychological baggage more complex than the Dark Knights. You could say that he is nuts. Moon Knight has also had a challenging live-action history. He was planned to appear in the short-lived Blade TV series in 2006. Did you know that? Before it was canceled, and season 2 of Iron Fist. And of course, he was replaced by Typhoid Mary. If you remember season 2 of Iron Fist, Typhoid Mary was basically Mark Spector. She was a nutty kind of character, and it was supposed to be Moon Knight. As the Avengers evolve with more cosmic members such as Captain Marvel and soon Nova, Kevin Feige is seeking balance with some more grounded superheroes, especially with Captain America no longer present. Moon Knight delivers streetwise grit to Earth's mightiest heroes with a bit of Doctor Strange weirdness as well. There's also been talk of a West Coast Avengers. So for those of you who've been talking about Moon Knight and West Coast Avengers, there you go. Originally intended for Midnight Suns, Feige felt there was more potential for the character to generate sparks in the Avengers. According to Mikey's inside sources, Moon Knight is recruited into the Avengers not simply for his extraordinary abilities and fighting skills, which will be full display on his own Disney Plus series. The Avengers seek his knowledge of the pharaoh Rama-Tut from Egyptian history, who would later become Kang the Conqueror. So that's how you tie in the Egyptian mythos to Kang the Conqueror. Moon Knight will be unlike any previous Avengers members before. He is darker, unpredictable character and an anti-hero of sorts. He won't get along with everyone. In fact, I'm told on the beginning, even Luke Cage will have a difficult time bringing him down. Luke Cage? Stay tuned. You're flying the ointment, Mikey Sutton. So unpack that for a minute, if you will.
Wow.
So we got a little scoopage of West Coast Avengers.
Okay. Call me a plebeian newbie, but Rama-Tut, isn't he on an Avengers book on the cover of a book, or is it a Fantastic Four?
That's a Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the many iterations of Kang the Conqueror, Rama-Tut.
Okay,
There's
that's
a
really
lot of
cool.
weird Egyptian stuff. And you know what? On the Nova long-term spec list, you're going to see some ties to the Egyptian stuff as well. So if you don't know, see the live chat's already saying it, FF19. So there you go. I mean, there's a lot of, I'll let you guys pick out the spec in that as you well. There's that West Coast Avengers Moon Knight book. We already told you Kang the Conqueror has been coming for a minute now. So, and you're going to see what we talk about. So it's exciting stuff. Like I said, man, the floodgates have been opening. Shout out to We Got This Covered, who finally credited Lords of Longbox with our Avengers vs. X-Men scoop. And here's the part that cracked me up about We Got This Covered, which is probably one of the clickbaitiest sites ever. They actually said Lords of the Longbox, take it with a grain of salt because they're hit or miss with their specs. And I was like, wait a second, We Got This Covered is saying that about us? Ain't that a bitch? But anyway, man, shout out to everybody in the live chat.
There's
There's
a saying, the pot calling the kettle.
Yeah, that's right.
That was amazing to me, man. I read that. I was like, anyway, hey, there's no such thing as bad publicity, right? You know what I'm saying?
No,
so yeah.
No.
So yeah, we're still the hangover from Mikey Sutton's birthday, man. So here's the long-term spec list for Nova. Here's the long-term spec list for S.W.O.R.D. Good night. Check my next day, everybody. Just kidding, man. All right, boys and girls. First, we're gonna rock this long-term spec list for the Agents of S.W.O.R.D. on Disney Plus. That's right, boys and girls. First up, we got none other than our favorite, and it's apropos that we dropped this book today because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is last season is on tonight at 10 p.m. It's on at 10. That's hella late. I just saw it. I was like, I need to record this, and they're actually showing Thor: The Dark World before it, which is odd. I don't know if one has anything to do with the other, but it's just odd that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. starts so late tonight. So this, of course, is the first appearance of Quake. This is in the Secret War miniseries, and this is issue 2. So the sales data is, man, I don't know why this book hasn't jumped. Maybe because she's been on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for so long and hasn't moved anywhere. Once characters get off ABC and they get into the big screen, or I think now Disney Plus is equivalent of that, being that it's part of the MCU, I think these characters will start to pop. And hopefully Quake has a very big following. Chloe Bennett, aka Daisy Johnson on the show. She's arguably one of the most popular characters besides Clark Gregg and Ming-Na Wen, right? Those are the 3 most popular characters. And I think Disney would do well to give her at least a starring role, a co-starring main role on the Agents of S.W.O.R.D. Now, I keep on saying Agents of S.W.O.R.D. because the name may change, but make no mistake about it, it is a S.W.O.R.D.-based show. Either it's called Agents of S.W.O.R.D. or something else. There is a S.W.O.R.D.-based show that's coming to Disney Plus and maybe even the big screen eventually. But this book is a great book, and it's somewhat easy to get a 9.8 because it's a hard card. Oh, whoa now. Hard card stock cover. Oof, be careful, boys and girls, when you say that, man. Yeah, thank God this show is not for children.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hey, you're all adults here. Shout out to Chad over the $3 super chat. Appreciate you, Chad. Always supporting the Lords. All right, next up on the list is a goodie, and it's the first appearance of the Shi'ars on the long-term spec list. What can you tell us about this book, Otto?
No, we love this book. X-Men 97, classic Dave Cockrum, Cliff Claremont, multiple first appearances. You've got Eric the Red coming in. You've got the whole Shi'ar Empire. You've got Ileandra, her first appearance in A Dream, where she comes to Professor X, and it's just a great book. Classic cover, Cyclops and Havoc on the cover, battling it out. Good book to have for your collection. But more importantly, now we're getting into the cosmic. Even the X-Men are out in the stars now, going out and seeing what's out in space. And for the book itself, it's a good book to find. 9.8s are going for somewhere around $1,400. This book, for me personally, I'd be into it for like a 9.2, and it drops down to a 9.2 for $152. So, you really can't beat it. It's just a great book to have for any X-Men collector, and all these first appearances all in one. So go out and get it, boys. And it's actually trending down, believe it or not. I can't believe that. So,
and girls,
we'll find out. We'll find out when they go up into space. So just a great book right there.
Yeah, and it makes sense to me. If you didn't know, in the Dark Phoenix, those mysterious aliens were supposed to be the Shi'ar, but I don't know if they had the rights to it or not, or they decided not to do it, but they end up being just some generic aliens. But this is obviously, Leandra has a rich history with Professor X being one of the, Professor X used to slay it, son. I mean, Moira McTaggart, and then Leandra, he was, doing the wheelchair ball.
Jean back in the day, man.
Women love the getting all over it. It was kind of pervy what he was doing with Jean, but anyway. Next up on the long-term spec list is the Shi'ar, so it could be anything. And what I'm really excited about, if the Shi'ar is coming, we got to get some Gladiator and a Shi'ar Protector, the Imperial Guard. They are that ass. Shout out to Nothmar Noriel for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it very much. Speaking of which, if anybody sees Nick Arcia in the live chat, please holler at him. He was the only winner of the cover price subscriptions that I haven't been able to get contact from yet. So Nick Arcia, if you guys see him pop up. All right, next up on the list is, which is a weird one, by the way. Armor. That's right, boys and girls. Armor is on the long-term spec list for S.W.O.R.D. First appearance is Astonishing X-Men Volume 3, number 4. This is the awesome run by Joss Whedon, since everybody corrected me by calling him Josh. Come on, man. Who names himself Joss? I mean, come on. Joss. Anyway, this is the first appearance of Armor. She is a mutant, and she has ties to S.W.O.R.D in the comic book as well. Obviously, you know that there's some characters that appear in the Astonishing X-Men run that basically form S.W.O.R.D. So basically, 4 and then to the right of it is the variant. So I put the one on the left is the actual regular cover, and the one on the right is the variant. And guess what? There's no sales date on it. So go out and get it. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, these were pretty popular since it was Cassidy and Whedon worked on it. So they don't litter dollar bin boxes everywhere because people really enjoyed this run. So people snatch them up whenever they can. So it's, you know, there you go, man. So we're starting to see a trend here. You'll see it as well. When it's obviously, if you know S.W.O.R.D is coming, you should know the main characters that are based on it. Next up on the S.W.O.R.D long-term spec list is a character we had on our Black Knight long-term spec list a long time ago. It's such a weird book that we were shocked when we looked at it. Transformers UK number 113, because Death's Head is on the long-term spec list.
Rodimus.
This book is a ghost. You cannot find this book, and there's no sales data, raw or graded.
You know what? We got to get a hold of some of our British friends and see if we can't find something over there on the other side of the pond.
It is a super hard to find. It's like a giant comic magazine size. It was like these weird off-brand UK reprints that they were doing here. I don't think it's a reprint though, because it would have been in the Marvel comics. So it's oh, hey Nick, I need your email address. Nick, you won the Cover Price subscriber giveaway. So congratulations, man. Go. You don't have to leave it in here if you want to get spam. Go back to the original video that you on the Cover Price video from not yesterday but a week ago, and just reply to me. I asked for your email address in there. So congratulations, man. So we got all 4 winners now. Congratulations. So this book, like I said, is a ghost. If you find it, get it, because it's just one of those wonky books, and you're not going to find it in a high grade either. That's the weird thing about it, man. So all right, so let's go on, boys and girls, to the next one, and you will see a theme. Next on the list is Abigail Brand, which you should have known coming. Abigail Brand is similar to be the Nick Fury of S.W.O.R.D. She is the green-haired chick that's part half human, half alien, I do believe. And her first appearance is Astonishing X-Men Volume 3, number 3, with that really dope Wolverine cover. I love this cover.
That is very, very cool.
All yellow.
Who's the artist
Wolverine.
on that?
I think it's John Cassidy.
It's very cool.
That is dope.
It may be different. I see a little weird signature down there, but this is back in the days when Marvel didn't even put the word variant on the variant cover, so it was a bit tricky back then to find it. So, graded 9.8 on these. You can average right around $40. You can get a raw dog for about $8.50, so that's not bad at all, man. $40. But I've been telling people, man, get Abigail Brand, get Abigail Brand, get Abigail Brand, get Quake, get all these books, because I knew S.W.O.R.D was coming. We've been telling you that S.W.O.R.D is coming. I'm pretty sure we have, right?
Yeah,
we've said it before, once or twice.
All right. All right. Next up on the list is a guy that's always kind of in people's business. He's part of Big Brother, the government. Next on long-term spec list. Dang, I just Freudian slip again. The spank list is Henry Gyrick. What can you tell us about Henry Gyrick?
Well, Henry Gyrick, you know what? He hates every alien. Every alien present makes you more vulnerable. He says they have no business being here. We need to send them home. We need to send them all home. So he is going to be the person that's going to be in charge of getting rid of all these aliens when we find out what happens with this. And you want to go after Avengers 165, classic cover here by George Perez. Classic cover by George Perez. Mike Esposito helped out with it. And actually, John Byrne was the penciler in this. So it's a really good book to have in your collection. You could probably find it, but just a great cover to have. And that's something you want to go after. Sales data-wise, you can look at it at 9/8 or, anywhere for, a high sale of 109 or a average sale was $50. Just a great book to have.
Wait a minute. So someone bought a 9/8 slab for $16, or does that asterisk mean that that's not correct?
Oh, I don't know. It just says the average sales was $50.
No,
right
no,
there.
so-
No, I'm looking on the graphic. It says 9.8, 109
Yeah.
to $16.
So this,
Oh, yeah,
this is
right.
going this is going back years though. So it could have been, somebody got a really cheap deal a few years ago. So it's not a 90-day average on coverprice.com. So
Yeah.
I mean,
mean,
you
the
can set it
shipping-
you could set a range to search, but typically it's goes back. But quick shout out to the Vancouver Comic Junkie for the $20 Canadian super chat. I do
Ooh.
have no idea what that converts over into US dollars. So hey, and shout out Mikey Sutton is in the live chat as well.
It's like
Welcome, Mikey.
17 something.
Oh, so,
There you
either
go.
way, we appreciate
I go
you.
to Windsor
Thank
all
you,
the time.
Vancouver. I think he
We
just dropped a new
appreciate you
video
for
on his
the,
channel too. So
So now you know, Mike, Ryan is like sneaking over the border to get all kinds of
Canadian
sneaky
variants.
Canadian
price
variants,
yeah.
giant candy bars from
That's
the.
right, just right across the Detroit River.
All right, so Henry Gyrick, Avengers 165. So that's the book to get for the menacing one, Miss himself. Shout out to Mikey Sutton. Happy belated birthday, Mike. I hope you've been enjoying it. He's been quite the busy man throughout the last 3-4 days. All right. So next up is a book that we talked about a little bit, but this is a really cool book and scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. Next up on the long-term spec list is The Brood.
Ooh, scary.
all right, X-Men 155. When you want to talk about where you got certain characters from, clearly the Brood are characters that were taken from Alien and the alien species from the movies, but still good stuff. Jim Shooter was the editor-in-chief right here. Dave Cockrum came back and started working with them. Bob Wycheck was there, and Chris Claremont's just another writer. So the Brood was there. You have all the different characters. Again, we're out in space. We're in the cosmic world. Just really, really neat stuff right there. And then when we talk about sales data, you can get a 9.8. I don't know, average sales $72. The book is definitely trending up, so people are going after it. Over 400 recorded sales, and the 9.8's anywhere from $150 to $30. So you got a deal at 30, 150. Hey, go after it. It's a first appearance. It's somewhere in that wheelhouse that we like to say around 100, so you can go after it. But
That's
just
cheap.
a great book.
$150 for a
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Yeah, so
I
look at all
agree.
the people involved in that. Dave Cockrum, Bob Wycheck, Chris Claremont.
I would agree with
know,
that buy.
Yeah, that's it. Let's go for it. So cool
Yeah.
book.
Sifu asks, is this really a sword show or a Secret Warrior show? This is not a Secret Warrior show. Does this sound like a Secret Warrior show? I mean, whoever said it's a Secret Warrior show doesn't know what they're talking about. So I'll just leave it at that so I don't talk shit about any other scoopers. I think I just did by saying that.
Scoop and poop.
Anyway, the last person on the list is a rather interesting one because I really have no idea where they are. Let's see. Oh, Mikey Sutton dropped one in the live chat, and I didn't even know. So let me, what does he say? Agent Carter storyline to wrap in Agents of S.W.O.R.D. So if you didn't know, Agents of S.W.O.R.D. takes place in the past. They're time traveling. So it looks like they're going to finally give Agent Carter bid her a fond farewell.
I love that show. God, did I
she's
love
gorgeous.
Agent Carter. Oh, she really is.
It says, Haley Atwell will be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this year. Good. Because you know what?
All right.
She left ABC. Agent Carter really never got picked up for a second season, and she went off and did another show, and I think that show got canceled too. That's a shame, but hopefully but she is absolutely, I love her. Anyway, this next character is on the long-term spec list, and his name is Kiel Rakit. First appearance, digital comics only. Second, third appearance, you got me, but he's out there. He's basically a Skrull science officer. So if he's on the long-term spec list, he must play more than a minor role. But when I went hunting for this, the Infinity Against the Tide is an infinite comic. It's a digital comic only. I don't even know if it ever came out in print. But if you ever find Kiel Rakit, gosh darn it, marveling their in alien names.
Like
with
Snicked, like Rick.
Is
Yeah,
that a little apostrophe mean? Is that
Yeah. I think so.
Well,
Like Keel Rick.
Have Otto, but yeah, Otto, let Otto pronounce that name. That's a good one.
hey, do it.
I can't remember what it was. What are we at here? Let me see. Raquel, I don't know. Keel Rakit, Raquel.
I don't even
forget
think
about
there's
it.
an R in front of that.
Yeah, there's
You
definitely
are
not an
odd.
R in
It starts
front
with
of
a K, and he's like
Yeah.
Raquel Rickert. I'm like, good lord.
Keel Rick. Yeah, I don't know. Keel Rick.
Eel
Forget
Richt.
about it.
There's
well,
a
you gotta
K
be
in
K
there.
silent. Well, you know, it's a hard K.
Keel Rickert.
Keel.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna call him. Is Mama call him Clay? I'm gonna call him Clay. His name
Yeah.
is Clay. All right.
It's a book I'll never have,
Keel.
or a digital
Yeah.
book.
Yeah. So thanks for Mikey for dropping one in the live chat. Agents of Carter storyline will wrap up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is on tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific and 7 or 10 p.m. Eastern, which is crazy. I hope that's not I wonder if that's going to be the time. I wonder if it's just for today, but I can't wait for it. But Kiel, Kurt, or just call him Clay for short. You know what I'm
Clay.
saying? All right. So that wraps up our long-term spec list for S.W.O.R.D. Right now, we're going with Agents of S.W.O.R.D. Maybe just call S.W.O.R.D., but it's going to be a Disney Plus series that they're working on. Give you some kind of space. Shield defends the Earth. S.W.O.R.D. Shield defends everything on Earth, and S.W.O.R.D. defends the Earth from everything in outer space. Basically, is the best way of putting it. Yeah. All right. Next up is we have a long-term spec list, and this spec list is based off of Nova. I know we've already done this a few times, but the last one we did was actually a Nova Annihilation movie. This is a long-term, and if you notice, there were some characters that were missing from that, and that's specifically reason why is for this list, because this is for the entire Nova franchise, meaning if it's 1, 2, 3 films, these are the characters they have planned out. And anytime Marvel does a solo film, just think about they automatically will plan for 3 films. Hopefully it'll get there. It all depends. If it bombs, maybe they'll think it, but this is their way they plan things. So they're thinking about, we want to create a franchise. So obviously we've already talked about Richard Rider and Nova #1. It's been on our cover price top 10. We've talked about nauseam for about a year now. So these are the other characters that are been reserved for use in the franchise of Nova films. Now, obviously, I forgot to give you the disclaimer before the S.W.O.R.D. one, but obviously things are always subject to change. Sometimes it do. Sometimes it does. Boy. All right, so let's get right to it, boys and girls. First up on the long-term spec list is a dude named the Condor, not to be confused with Condor Man, created by Marv Wolfman and John Buscema. Basically, the Condor is tries to trick Nova into thinking he's an ally, but ends up being a bad guy, and to the point where later on he gets foiled by somebody and actually gets turned into a Condor, and then somebody from the Unimen, which is another weird group of Marvel's heroes or characters, actually turns him to a part man, part Condor. So it's just one of those weird things, man. I'm telling you, this Nova long-term spec list, there's some stuff, and there's some stuff that just is from
I mean, up until today, honest to God, and shame on me, but Nova 1 is all I've ever seen. I've never even seen a Nova #2.
Well, allow me to do a video because I have every single issue of the Bronze Age run. I collected them as soon as I heard about Guardians of the Galaxy 1 having the homeworld of the Nova Corps. I bought them all. I was systematically picking them off one by one every time I seen them, and it's an easy run to get because there's only
25, right?
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I always say collect these Bronze Age runs because they're only like 20, 25 books, except for, there's some outliers like Shang-Chi's got like 125 issues, but it's still good stuff. All right. So next up on the list this is pretty popular actually. And this actually bleeds over into the X-Men universe, but it ties back over to the Nova later on when they start doing the Annihilation Wave and everything. Next up on long-term spec list is the Phalanx. What issue is this, Otto?
You are going after X-Men number 305 right here, right after the big 300th issue. This is a killer cover. You got Bishop, Rogue on the cover. Tom DeFalco was in charge of this. Scott Lobdell was writing it. And now you're moving into some other things. And the Phalanx, where they're the antagonists when you get into their race of aliens.
Tell me there's a variant that all that gray in the background is chrome.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Please tell me.
I don't know. But they're really, to go to a little techie on you, they are almost like the Borg.
Let me get rid of a troll. Hey, Graham G, fuck off.
Got him.
All right. See ya.
Yep.
Go suck on somebody else's teat.
Yep.
Guys,
so anyway. No, I saw that. So the Phalanx, they're more of like a Borg kind of character where they not assimilate, but they take the technology over. They want to expand their intelligence to do so. So again, we're out in space. We're meeting new characters. And listen, there's not much sales ad on it. You go dig in a log box, you can find it for $6. 9.4 was $22.22. But I'm telling you, man, that is a killer. If you're a fan of Bishop, which I am, and Rogue, that is a really, really killer cover. And, it's very eye-catching. So maybe go after it. Who knows? But if you want to get another first appearance of another alien race, this is your book to have for this.
Yeah, that's a great cover, too. That's super dope. So next up is not surprising at all. Next up on the long-term spec list for the Nova series of films is our good friend Darkhawk. Darkhawk, the first appearance of Darkhawk, of course, is Darkhawk #1. Now, there's also some issues that go back to there's a preview issue. So if you're into whatever preview issues as the first appearance, then go in and get it. And the reason why Darkhawk is in there, because if you've never read a Darkhawk comic after Darkhawk #1, you would be shocked at where the character has gone. So basically, Darkhawk was just a normal guy who got found an amulet, and the amulet gave him these odd powers. Later on, it was found out that amulet actually belonged to the fraternity of Raptors, who are these cosmic beings, and Darkhawk really got powered up, kind of like when Nova became Nova Prime with the World Mind. Darkhawk became part of the fraternity of Raptors, and he went on these cosmic adventures. So that's where I'm thinking Darkhawk will eventually show up, is during the Annihilation run and things like that. Because remember, we talked about how the second movie of the series possibly is going to be, if it's not called straight up Nova Annihilation, it's going to be based on the Annihilation Wave storyline in the Marvel Comics. So, I mean, you have a lot of those characters. And this one, I mean, if you look at the sales data, it's been jumping. First of all, whoever got a 9.9 back in the day for 177, kudos to you.
Right.
Give yourself a nice round of applause. Give it to my band, Sex of Chocolate. Anyway, so 9.8 as sales average, still 156. I will admit the print runs on these are relatively high, but 9.8s aren't as easy as you think. I'm in all black cover. So when all these books came out, there was a large print run of them. So sometimes you just got to be careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But this book has been creeping up, you guys. The sales average at 170, at 156, 5 or 6 months ago, it was around $100. So now I wouldn't be surprised 6 months from now, you're looking at $200. So boys, buy up those 9.8s if you can find them.
And this is one of those things where in the Nova world, he is a hero. So you never know if a character takes off. They can eventually give him maybe his own little mini series on Disney Plus or something. He's a cool character. He's part of New Warriors for a while, and then he went cosmic as part of the Raptors and Talon and all those guys. So next up on a book is our friend Very Gary's going to be happy about, and we've talked about this character before. Next up on the long-term spec list to appear in the Nova series of films is your friend and our friend, Annihilus.
Annihilus, Lord of the Negative Zone, the living death that walks. What a character. Can he be the next baddie? Fantastic Four annual number 6. Square bound book, you guys. And even for that book, it's hard to get. It was published 1968. Stan Lee, Joe Sinnott did the cover. Absolutely fantastic. Jack Kirby did work on it. And it's just one of those books you absolutely have to go after. And it is the birth of the baby Richards boy. So Franklin Richards, double spec on that, which I believe CGC doesn't give credit to on that, but maybe they will start at some point. And then what you want to do is there's different grades for different, excuse me. Sorry about that. I apologize.
Got to do an animal and get a deep voice on us.
Yeah. But out in the wild, I've yet to see like 8.5s is probably the highest I've seen. And here we can see like 6.5s are going for, anywhere from 485.
I didn't even bother showing the 9s because to the average collector, this ship has sailed. Agreed. I think a 9.8 I saw was like 30,000 or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jesus.
So I do believe that's why I put this up there. This is what I would call the sweet spot to get in a 3.5, 6.5. I mean, if you can get it for higher, I think 7.0, 8.0 is attainable.
Yep.
But if you want to get a high grade one, I would recommend getting raw and then grading it because man, the 9s on this book are super high. I mean, it's pretty much been talked about for a while now. So I mean, if you haven't gotten it, I mean, and you're saying, damn it, I missed out. I mean, it's kind of your fault because we haven't been the only ones talking about it. Everybody's been talking about it. So,
right. Absolutely. Well, bringing a new baddie out there.
What Mikey and the Black Knight have told me is Annihilation Wave is going to take part like in between phase 5 and 6. So if you think about the Secret Wars being the next end game level event, Annihilation Wave will be the Age of Ultron in the middle or Civil War in the middle. Okay, so it's going to go phase 4. Then they're going to have a middle kind of event thing, which is going to be Annihilation Wave. And then Secret Wars is going to be the end game level event. And then phase 7 will be Avengers versus X-Men. That's how far ahead they're thinking. If you remember, Kevin Feige, I think at one point says, yeah, we have 20 years worth of films or 20 films that we have lined up on their board, right? And so, so when you think about it, it's not that far ahead, but I just hope I'm still alive by the time. So
yeah, right.
I'll be 49 in July. So 10 years, I'll be, holy cow. I don't even want to think about it. That is depressing as hell. Damn you, Otto.
Hey man, I'm in the same boat. I'm a month ahead of you.
All right. So Annihilus is on the long-term spec list. Shout out to all you guys watching. Make sure you thumbs up the video. Make sure you subscribe. 160 of you watching. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Next up on the long-term spec list, Nova number 6, the first appearance of, how do you say it, Otto? Anathnamet. Which is also, if you want to be easier about it, the Sphinx. You're welcome, Chad Crow. He's been bothering me about that for a while. And I was like, yes, the Sphinx is a long, long history in the in the Marvel Comics. Basically, he was a wizard in King Ramses' court, and he couldn't. This is the actual origin of Anathnamet, which is interesting that Mikey gave me this list, and it says this and not the Sphinx. He will later on become the Sphinx when he finds the stone of Ka or some crap. It's always an amulet or a rock or something they find that makes him all powerful. He was a wizard in King Ramses' court, and Moses defeated him. That's right. You said that. I didn't misread that. Moses defeated him. So he's been around for like 5,000 years and becomes a Sphinx, and he just becomes this really powerful being that kind of, he messed with the Fantastic Four. While there's a big storyline in like the early 200s, I think, when John Byrne started drawing it, there's the Sphinx and Galactus. So he's a very powerful character. And look at that. Our old friend, the Condor, is right there in the cover. Look at that. Right.
Condor.
Sales data on this is pretty interesting because nobody is out looking for a Nova number 6.
Hey, is that a gem? Is that a Geminite? The blue guy right there?
Where?
The blue guy with the big gem on his chest.
That is the next person on the long-term spec list, actually. So 9.8, it's odd that this book is, besides Chad Crow, I don't know anybody who else is buying this book. So, so that is interesting. But 9.8s average about 142. I'm going to tell you what, man, you can find this book. If there's like a box somewhere that has Nova issues, typically you're missing 1, 2 maybe missing, and some other ones, but this one's always going to be in there unless you're a big fan of the Sphincter. Did I just say that right? All right. So anyway, but what's interesting to me is, sometimes I read into these a lot. So Mikey gets these lists, right, from people that are insiders, and sometimes the insiders are on the movie side, or they hear it from somebody on the movie side, but they don't know the comics. So they get the exact specific name from it, which tells me that he may debut in here as the actual character Anathnamet, right? Because they reserved him. And then later on becomes the Sphinx in perhaps another series, another movie, maybe in the Fantastic Four series. But it's always good to, if you're getting it this early, then it's good to get out and get it now, because if he's not, the spec specifically said Anathnamet, not the Sphinx. So that tells me that they're going to introduce him as this, maybe in a flashback, showing back to him fighting Moses. I have these 10
commandments. Classic.
Bonus points, or anybody in live chat knows that movie. All right, next up on the list is for Otto. This is a very popular character. Next up on the long-term spec list is Blastar.
Blastar, there we go. Blastar, another character from the Negative Zone. King Blastar, if you please. Welcome to the Negative Zone. So Blastar was the ruler of the planet Balur. Then they revolted against him and they sent him out into space. And then Reed Richards was out in space with one of the Inhumans, and Blastar snuck back in. And that's how he ends up in the 616. And that's Fantastic Four number 62. Came out in May of 1967. He's on the cover. You can see him above the earth. Stan Lee was in charge of this. Jack Kirby, Joe Sinnott work. Just another phenomenal, Fantastic Four book under 100 that's still very affordable and is a first appearance. So when you look at sales data, you might not be going after 9.8s, but the 9.2 is my sweet point for this book.
I'm gonna tell you what, man, the Fantastic Four run up to 100, some killer. There's so many key issues in there if you think about it, right? Black Panther, the Inhumans,
right? After Galactus, there's still keys in there.
Yeah. So a 9.8 for $3,000. I mean, there's only one. I mean, basically, you're talking about a perfect Silver Age book.
Yeah, no.
If you look at the jump between a 9.8 and a 9.6. I'm not even surprised. 478 average to 3,000.
Yeah, and Gruma 213 is right. There's a lot of Kirby crackle in that. So very cool book.
Why don't time these guys out? Just remove them.
I don't think they have the ability. I don't know. I've been removing them.
Yeah, remove them. So anyway, what was he? Yeah. Hey, yeah, fuck off, dude. Your mother's a whore too, by the way. I don't know if you're watching. Anyway, last one on the list is where was I, man?
Diamond Head.
You
want to go after Diamond Head?
Oh, Nova number 3, the first
Diamond
appearance
Head.
of the guy you were just referring to. There you go. Diamond Head is the a villain in the Nova world. Who actually teamed up with Condor and a bunch of others. So, you know, for when you make all these movies, you got to have some guys and you got to have some, you know, one and done villains. So here and there, but this is one of those books. It's just a cheap spec book. When I looked at the sales, I was like, why are there 9.6s and 9.8s of this book being out there? I mean, it's still only $100. And what I always say, if you see a 9.8 for $100, buy it.
Yeah.
Don't, if you want to chance it with, you know, getting it graded and coming back a 9.6, you know, you're talking an average of $42 to get a 9.6 over a 9.8. So if you find it a 9.8, I mean, go for it. I mean, this is one of those quirky characters. You know what he reminds me of the OG original Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes. That had that you know what I'm talking about, right? The kind of he was actually in the movie too, at least a different version of him.
Yeah.
But this is definitely Diamond Head, not the part of in the so you guys have to realize when we get these long-term spec lists, I have to actually like figure out who's who. And there's one more on here that I didn't even do because it's kind of a goofy character. Last on the long-term spec list is a character named Factor X. Factor X is a robot created by Robbie Ryder to spy on Nova. And he was dressed up like Sherlock Holmes. So if you want to go after Factor X, go for it. But I didn't even have time to pull that graphic up. But I thought that was kind of interesting, man. So, all right, boys and girls, I think we're at it. Shout out to everybody in the live. Good Lord, there's 185 of you watching. When you have this many people on there, you're going to have some weirdos in the live chat. But thanks for the moderators holding it down for us. Shout out to Mikey Sutton joining live chat and having a good time. Martin X. Look at Mikey. Look at Mikey with the knowledge, man. Dropping. Martin X is the name of the. I wonder if they're related. Nah. Anyway. K-Dog, you're in the wrong live. Actually, there are. Victoria Pagic is in there. Yeah. Sometimes JoJo's in there. So no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. So all right, we are gonna do the live giveaway now. So hang in there as soon as it figures out. We're gonna do the random comment generator. So make sure you went back to that video. You left the hashtag of LOTLB4000. Let me see. So
you're not going to let that marinate? Let people just. All right.
But
I thought usually you tell people to put it in and we do it the next week. So people
I told them last week.
You told them last week for the.
Yeah, this is going from last.
Oh, you're doing the same. Okay. You're doing the same.
We went last Wednesday and they had a week to do it. So there's been 91 people.
Price.
No, cover price was Tuesday and then Wednesday. See, Ryan, when you're in meetings, you would know this. You know what I mean?
I was here Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, and I was here yesterday.
Oh, last Wednesday. Were you here last Wednesday?
Was I here last Wednesday? I don't remember.
Who knows? A long time ago. What days are there? During this
announced
the other day.
Yeah, there's no man. Put it this way, if we wait another week,
no, let's do it.
Contest. It'll be 5,000 subs already by then. So no, we're growing and growing like a forest blaze. Do you like Michael Jackson?
People their comic books.
Let's go.
Yeah, well, I got them all. Trust me, if I don't get them now, I'm gonna keep them. So hold on, boys and girls. Let me minimize my tabs for weird stuff that I've been searching for. So
I can't tell any day. I don't know what day it is.
Oh, it all blends in.
I think it's Thursday. No, it's Wednesday because we said
Wednesday.
Yeah, we said Happy New Comic Book Day to everybody. So, all right, let me share my screen, boys and girls, and make sure I don't mess this up. Okay. All right, look at that. Huh?
There we go.
First try, nailed it. All right, guys, we're gonna do this. I think 4 winners, right? So grand prize, you're gonna get 2 slabs. You're gonna get the figure. Second prize or second drawing, you're gonna get the KRS Comics exclusive. Third prize, you're gonna get the Big To Do Rye number 8. And fourth prize, you're gonna get the Ryan Darkside Jedi is gonna hook you up with a mystery box.
Yeah, and for the 4th place winner, if you tell me what you kind of like, maybe I'll customize it for you.
Yeah, and hopefully you guys are in the live chat right now. So do not say the name of the winner yet, okay? Because I don't want us to auto say it. I want them to see it. So all right, so I'm going to get the YouTube comments again. Let's see, 90. Wow. So from the video started to now, 6 more entries have appeared. So there's 97 unique comments for LOTLB 4000. Good luck to everybody. The first one is for the grand prize winner. Good luck to you all.
Mikey, that's a very funny comment. Crystar number 1, 9.8. That's great.
And the winner is Chuck Hensey. Congratulations, Chuck. If you're in the live chat, please make yourself be known. If not, then I will go back to the video from last week. Chuck Hensey, you are the grand prize winner.
Holy
Congratulations,
cow.
Chuck. All right, for the second place winner, which is what I say, the Carrots. Chuck, congratulations, man.
Congratulations,
hit me up,
there you go, Chuck.
Give me your email address. If you don't want to leave it in here, hit it up on Instagram, Facebook, all the different types of social medias. All right, next up is, I believe, the KRS Comics 9.8 exclusive. So let's run it again.
Oh, it's
Skadoosh. Tony. I don't know who that is, but yeah, congratulations to Repair Tech Tony. That's a very specific name to your
yes, it is.
He won a 3-minute basement triple multi.
Oh, good. So you have his information?
Yeah, I got his info.
Well, what a lucky guy this guy is, man.
Tony.
You won the Hellions 9.8 signed by Mike Mayhew. Next up will be Rye number 0, the first appearance of Bloodshot signed by Bob Layton, CGC 9.8 yellow label. Let's run it back.
There should be some sort of drum roll.
Tony Sue, congratulations.
Nice.
Tony,
Congratulations.
with a lot of the I'm sorry, I jumped the gun. Tony Sue, congratulations, man. I do believe he's local here. He's been buying a lot on the claim sales. So
Nice.
all right. Last but not least, this is for the Dark Side Jedi mystery box.
My thank you to you.
But it won't be a mystery because you could actually hit him up and be like,
No, you can give me what you like, and I will possibly make it to your liking.
What a good dude.
Basically, he's going to give you a big box of porn, so you can just take it with you. Okay. All right. For the not last place, the 4th place prize.
The best place prize.
The best place prize. The dark side prize.
Yeah.
Come to the dark side.
Man from Beantown.
There you go. Man from Beantown. I think he's also in the live chat. So there
Yeah,
you go.
Ben's
Man
there.
from
Congrats,
Beantown.
Ben.
Congratulations,
Hit
man.
me up on Instagram and just, drop down what you like.
Drop it down like it's hot. All right. That was fun. This is so much better than I swear to God, this is so much easier to use this random comment generator.
It really
Hey,
is.
man from
That was
Beantown
nice.
is in the live chat already. Hey, congratulations, man.
Definitely.
So we really appreciate you guys for sticking with us. 4,000 subs again. We probably won't do another giveaway until we hit 5,000 subs, and that'll even be bigger than this one. Speaking of which, guess what we're at right now, Ryan? 4,400 subs.
I was gonna say 4,200
right on the dot.
Nice.
420, baby. We have hit 420.
Boom.
All right, so leave a live chat and we will sing you. All right, appreciate you guys. We dropped the long-term spec list for the Nova franchise, the S.W.O.R.D Disney Plus series, the Moon Knight scoop. Had Mikey Sutton dropping some agents. Oh, I can't wait for Agent Shield tonight. Oh, finally got some new stuff to watch.
I'm gonna finish happy. I started watching that crazy ass show, man. Wow, what an absurd, hilarious,
4,300 sub giveaway.
Insane. I don't know.
I have been on YouTube for at least, I feel like 7 days straight. I need to take a break, man. But hey, Friday, make sure you check it out. Dark Side Jedi is dropping a statue unboxing and assembly video. Is that right?
That's right.
Is that how you say? Is that how you
I don't
call
know.
it?
It's a statue. You can.
No, and not only is he unboxing, he's going to put it together.
Together right in front of everybody. There you go. 7 minutes.
There's a 7.5 minute video.
So Friday, we're going to drop that video. So check it out. Dark Side Jedi's long return to the Lords of Longbox. He used to do videos on the show, but then he just gave up because he's a loser. But anyway.
Yeah, well,
He's back, baby. He's back and better than ever.
Also, I'm going to be taking a break Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, unless Mikey Sutton sends me one of those things that Mikey Sutton sends me these random messages on Facebook. He goes, dude, you need to go live now. I'm like, normally that means it's big news. So hopefully, maybe we'll see, man. But so far, nothing big. But Sunday, I'll be helping out my LCS one more again. Their shop is not quite open fully yet. They're open on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and they close the rest of the time until all the shelter in place stuff goes down. But I'll be doing the live claim sale Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific, guys. This Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific from Live and Comics, Tunes and Toys in Tustin, California. We're doing another live claim sale. They typically go for 2 hours. There's about 23, 24 rounds. So if you guys have been watching the Comic Tunes and Toys live claim sale, they've been very successful. Been helping out the store and also helping out you guys. Everybody, Mike isn't like, he's just trying to help out his customers, and people are getting killer deals and help keeping the lights on. So we're doing that, man. So Sunday, 2 p.m. live claim sale right here on this channel. Any last words, Otto?
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. Thank you very much for everybody joining us. 3 Men in the Basement. Head over to 3 Men in the Basement when you're done with this. If you got 2 minutes, and check out our 1,500 subscriber giveaway. We've got 10 things we're giving away. We are also going to do a Thursday night special show. This Thursday night, we talked to Nemesis Prime and Dave in the Cave and Roger Levesque. So we're going to do a little hour show before Very Gary might be going on at 9 o'clock. So come check us out there. We've also dropped.
Tomorrow, right?
That's tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to do a Thursday show.
It's tomorrow's Thursday. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to do a Thursday show. Also, we've also dropped Ken, the Real Housewives of 3 Men in the Basement have dropped videos about can they name 10 Marvel characters. We've got a few of those out. So please check out those videos. And thank you very much for joining us. It was a great spec list, lots of Marvel, lots of Nova stuff, lots of cosmic stuff, and just a good show. So thank you very much, everybody, for jumping in tonight.
I swear to God, if I see one more person talking about live claim sales and live chat and top chat, I'm going to go nuts. If somebody's asking how many minutes is 300 seconds, because that's funny when people get timed out. They're like, how many minutes is that? Because they don't want to do the math, but that's funny. Well, if you take 300 divided by 60, that'll tell you how many minutes it is. Good Lord, I'm good. Anyway, any last words, Darkside Jedi?
No, I said what I wanted to say. Check out my video on Friday, and thank you.
Yep, Darkside Jedi's video will be here on, oh God, you're killing me, James. Comment check. Hey, can you see me? I don't know how James keeps his cool, man. There were some days there it looked like he was about to go over the edge, just like I was. But I think after a while, we kind of figured it out. So they are running as smooth as possibly can for a live claim sale. So Nick Arcia, make sure you hit me up. All the other winners as well. Make sure you guys hit us up. I already forgot, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the video. Oh, you got it written down.
Man from Beantown, hit me up on Instagram.
I know Tony Sue was one. Some other cats. You have it written down?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, send it to me. And I will message you on the original video, so look out for that. Congratulations to all the winners. Appreciate your supporting the Lords of the Longbox, supporting Mikey Sutton, supporting Geekosity, supporting CoverPrice.com, supporting KRSComics.com, supporting Rocket Comics, supporting the Geeky Swag Shop, and that's why they all gave you something as part of this giveaway. We couldn't do it without you guys. Right. You guys aren't just followers, and you guys are just like part of the family. We argue, we talk comics, and we get drunk.
That's right.
All right. So it's only fair that we also give kudos to my man DJ Curse from the world famous Beat Junkies, who made this remix for me, and I added a new remix beat on top of it. And speaking of DJ Curse, he's going to be making a new Lords of the Long Box beat soon. So till next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes, and peace out.
Shake and bake and pull it back. Oh my God.
Hold on and get some, boys.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 3 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
TV.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is
Shake and bake and pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is In this, you shall know that the Lord is
Go on and get some, boys.
What the heck is the deal? I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is
What's in the box?